Welcome to another episode of the FitELITE Strong podcast. Today we have myself and Jamie Guibord. Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you. Yeah.
How long have you been a member here now?
Year and a half. We'll go with that.
Sounds all right.
Yep.
Because was it summer?
Fall, September. Yep. 2024.
Yeah. So we're getting close to 2 years.
Yeah, not that far. Yeah.
Getting very close to 2
Yeah.
years. What did you want to change when you first decided to come here?
Well, I've done fitness before, never in a gym.
Explain that.
Yeah, I ran. It's all I knew what to do. I could just go do it. Did a lot of running in high school, ran for pleasure after high school, got married, had kids, still ran a little bit, and my son Jake got into cross country, and so I'd go run with him. And as it turns out, a 13-year-old is still faster than his dad. So I was pushing really hard one time and got an injury in my lower leg and a partially sprained ACL, which requires surgery to repair. And doctor said, well, we can fix it, but it requires surgery. And I said, oh, what would happen if we didn't fix it? He's like, you just won't run. And at the time, I guess I have some regret, but at the time, I was like, oh, that'll be okay. I mean, I feel good. I can still run a little bit. And quite honestly, I noted him a little bit. But it was true. If I run more than a couple hundred yards, it like knots up like a cramp. So at that point, and it kind of, my fitness was easier to, when I say fitness, what I mean is fatness. The fatness is harder to regulate. Certainly, intake is a big part of your fitness or your shape. Mm-hmm. However, without the element of exercise, I feel personally like it's hard to focus on intake if you're not exercising because it's not a full buy-in.
So
mentally.
By saying it's not a full buy-in mentally, like you're not putting in the work, so you don't feel like you're as dedicated as you could be.
It's way easier to just go. That's right. It's way easier to just go, you know what? I'm going to eat this bowl, half gallon of ice cream because, there's like coming into a gym or having an exercise program, even not in a gym. It's hard. It's a lot easier to lose control of your eating if you don't feel like that accountability, even if it's just to yourself. Exercise routine creates like some meditation, I think, mind focus. And when you don't have that, just diet is really, I'm just speaking from my perspective, really hard to just regulate diet if you don't have some other.
And for those of you that don't know, ice cream is Jamie's weakness.
No, ice cream is Jamie's weakness.
It is. It's my kryptonite. Yes. In the year and a half I've been a part of it, I still do have ice cream very rarely, but sometimes, mostly with my granddaughter.
No, you should, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't take that away either.
Right. So before I came here, though, a friend of mine, Paul Madsen, I'm looking this way because the shop's up there. Anyways, Paul had been coming.
Yeah, I think he's been this is like 12 years for him now or something like that.
Yeah, that's not surprising. So I knew Paul was part of FitELITE. I live across the road that way. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to call Paul and see if this is a good fit. Paul's like, oh, yeah, you need to talk to Corey. Great guy, great coach. He's got to get a woman. Maybe you can help him with that. That's actually true. And I was like, yeah, let's go. I'm going to do it. So I came in, talked to Corey. You guys got me plugged in. And I had never lifted a weight for exercise in my life. I lifted a weight to get it out of my way in somebody else's house.
Did that scare you?
Not for exercise. Coming into this gym. Coming into this gym, I share this story freely. I felt like a complete imposter. Like, what am I doing in this amazing gym with these amazing people? And I don't even belong here. that feeling quickly went away. Incrementally. I mean, it was like a bell curve. Like at first, the first week I felt pretty good. And then within a couple months, not coming here didn't seem like
you're a person now that like hates missing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The only acceptable reasons to miss now are family events, fishing and hunting. And the fishing and hunting, really going to the gym, it might sound absurd, but going to the gym was probably one of the catalysts is I want to be able to do these hunting trips and fishing trips, which are, I don't go on the guy, fully guided, everybody's pampered. I usually go on trips that are, you are in the elements and you're exposed. High adventure, I call it. Yeah. High adventure trips. And I found those high adventure trips really challenging, being, and I wouldn't say I was morbidly obese, but not in good shape, like not strong.
I would say when I first saw you, you're a little bit fuller in the face. You also had a bigger beard. So we do have to take that into account. A little bit rounder in the belly. Yeah. And that was your biggest want and need to change, was the belly. That was your biggest focus in the beginning.
Yep. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, and that's actually, it's a good point, Corey, because being stronger, I didn't understand that. I didn't desire that. So yeah, that's a good observation on your part, that I guess I know that.
Yeah, it wasn't your focus in the beginning. It wasn't your focus. It was a pleasant side effect. I remember having conversations with you about that. It was a pleasant side effect, but the main focus was, I want to be slimmer. I want to feel better around my belly. I want to feel more confident with that.
Right.
And then it got to a point where I had to tell you, hey, Jamie.
That's right.
You don't got like anything more to lose.
No, I didn't. And it's funny because I remember when I got in here, I was like 174 pounds. And I was like, oh, that's really good. And that's when you told me that. And then like you were encouraging me to eat a lot more calories with protein and vegetables and fruits. And I know when you said it, I was like, man, I don't know if this guy knows what he's talking about. I did it, and definitely the right move. And I have a lot more energy now. Like at that time, I was hyper focused, like too far, like not sustainable. You're not going to be able to ride that train for very long. I mean, I guess there are a few outliers that can't do that for a long time, but I'm not one of them. No.
Because you were very dedicated. You were very focused in on your diet, how much you were eating. You're very aware of it, and you did a really good job at losing the weight. It took you like 4 or 5 months.
4 months, I bet.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 months. 4 months, I bet you. Maybe 5. I think you're probably about right. And then after that, it was a reevaluation of my goals. So how I used to weigh myself 2-3 times a day when I first started, like 2-3 times a day. Now I still weigh myself, but it's probably more on the lines of
keep yourself in check.
Maybe after Christmas. Maybe after Christmas every day. The holidays, Holy Week, the 9-day. If you don't know what Holy Week is, you eat crap. For hunters. All the cheese and the sausage and bread and all the things that are really not going to help you on your journey. But there's times where I don't regret it. When I do it, I'm just like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to have fun. But when I get back on the trail and go hard again. And actually, once I learned how quickly I'd recover from those, it really made me to just relax and not worry about that. And then and now I still am driven to come to the gym. Love going. Like it's at least 3 days a week,
right?
Unless I'm gone hunting and fishing. And it's not even hard. Like if I can't go because of a work obligation, it's a bit of a pill.
I know that about you. Don will tell us about it too.
Don will know. Oh yeah. Dawn is my office manager / sister-in-law. Who also comes to FitELITE and is a great.
Both of you are great additions. Everybody loves you here. Well, you're very welcoming.
Well, Ben, I don't know. Right. Well, Ben, I don't know.
Ben likes you. You're a very welcoming person. You're very personable. And I think that's why you have success in your business.
I think that's
for sure.
I think so. I think so. I had great mentors in business. I'm 53 now, so learned a lot of lessons, a lot of hard knock lessons, and how to treat people, and didn't always get it right, but I think I got it right.
Well, everybody's got lessons to learn, right?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody's got
Okay. Let's talk more about I think people want to know about your adventures, your hunting adventures. I think people will be interested in that. So let's talk about your last one. Or actually, let's talk about your bear hunting trip, your previous bear hunting trip.
Bear hunting? Yeah. So just to circle back because it's fun. Turkey hunted yesterday. Raccoon hunted 3 days prior to that or the weekend before that in Iowa. But like bear hunting is something I do in the spring, which sounds weird to people here in Wisconsin, but in Ontario, they have a spring bear hunt, and it's very successful. It's super fun. It's a bear hunt in Ontario at the right camp. It's kind of like a social hunting event. It's like the Wisconsin deer hunt, but a little bit more relaxed. It's unbelievable, and you see a lot of bears and you see a lot of wildlife. You get to go do some fishing out there while you're there, and go out on the north shore of Lake Superior, Black Bay, catch some giant walleyes. Again, you are truly in the wild. The part of what I like about it is your vulnerability and the recognition of how little you are in that environment. When you're out there, break a leg, or get lost, storm rolls in, it's you and your decisions that are keeping you alive. There's nobody technically to call 911 technically to call. I mean, I guess now we have the satellite on our phone so we can text from there, but you're still at least a half a day away from somebody showing up to help you.
You like a bit of danger.
I thrive on that adventure. Things are hard. Those are the ones you make.
Definitely. I've had plenty of experiences like that. Tell us how you bear hunt.
Oh yeah,
because that scares me.
Yeah, so
that's scary.
A lot of people find it to be weird. So I bull hunt, and I do it from the ground. So it's really up close and personal. It is over bait. You do get to get involved with the baiting a little bit. We do it through an outfitter, so they do most of the work. But once you have your spot, then you're kind of in charge of getting bait out to it, set the blind, which I love the fact that we get to be directly involved in our hunt. Of course, we're over when the original setup gets, they walk you out there. But once you're set up, then it's pretty much your program. There's crazy things that can happen. I mean, last year, Brady's my middle son, he had a bear literally peek into the blind for which he was sitting in.
That's where I want a gun.
2 years ago,
that right there is where I want a gun.
That right
2 years ago, I had a bear within 4 yards, and that's actually the bear I ended up harvesting, which was super, like, very intense. Like, your mind was very sharp.
Do you shake at all?
Very memorable.
Probably not now.
Probably not now.
Yeah, so most of the hunts I do are captured on video, and if you watch, you'll see the arrow shake around. Yeah, I'd say even still now. I think if there's the shaking is generally from adrenaline, sure, but it's your uncertainty about your ability to do what you're about to do.
That's very
That's the largest reason for that adrenaline is you're not confident in what it is that you're doing. So it's like so many things you do in life. If you can take some deep breaths and know that you're there for a reason and you're going to do it, those shakes reduce. I mean, you still want
What's
that.
The point?
You don't have that.
What's the point?
Right. That's the point. So, but it's good quality meat. It's free range animals. You're not going to buy it in the store. Next year, my goal is to buy No, well, I'm going to go very little processed. Yeah, store bought meat. No, that's the goal. I mean, occasionally I can definitely see me purchasing a good old T-bone steak. That would be a tough. I can eat venison or moose or bear steaks and still have a great experience. That would probably be one exception. But we're really gonna, as a family, we're gonna focus in on the wild game that we get. Yeah, so we're gonna double down on trying to really change how it is that we
Yeah.
hunt and
That-
process that.
You've described this to me in the past, but there's a difference between different bears, like in how they taste, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So we hunt in what's called blueberry fed bears. So these aren't coastal bears. Coastal bears eat fish. So when you eat a black bear that eats fish, it tastes like, it smells like fish.
Really?
Not a good experience.
Some people like
Really?
fish,
No,
though.
not good.
Some people like.
Not with a beef texture and look. So no. So yeah, that's not good. And then if the bear's like in a dump, we're not around an area where there's like a waste management where they're feeding on garbage. You wouldn't want to eat that. But a blueberry fed bear, it almost has a blue color to it. It tastes sweet, just really good. Bears in Montana, Wyoming, they have a
Really?
safety flavor. Those are really good bears too.
Okay.
I've never shot one of them, or harvested one, but I would have no problem with that. But they have a different flavor. The same thing goes with whitetails. We got grain-fed deer here in Wisconsin. We probably have the best eating whitetails probably anywhere.
The reason for that is,
But the reason for that is, that's it's a white, a farmland deer. But if you get one from the Chequamegon National Forest, still here in Wisconsin, it's not going to have that same taste. Yeah, it's still going to be good, but it's going to have more of a musky.
Yeah.
Just a different.
some people, I mean, I like,
But some people, I like any.
I don't think I've had, and I've only actually ever harvested deer around my hometown, which is all around farmland.
right.
But I haven't had a deer that I haven't.
Corey, one thing I forgot to, one of the reasons I came in is to FitELITE was the moose hunt. I don't know if you remember that, but 2027, so just a little over a year away, I'm heading to Newfoundland
Try to get one.
and going to go try to get one with a bow.
That's key to that.
Newfoundland, yeah, it's on the very east side of Canada, kind of northeast of New York.
That's also something that would scare the crap out of me. Killing a moose with a bow.
Man, it's going to be exciting. I mean, there's
Giant, scary animals.
They're really big. They're really big. That one, they require a guide, and I'm guessing, I haven't done it yet. I'm going to ask a lot of questions, but I'm guessing the guide is armed.
Most of the times they are. All right. How has getting stronger improved your confidence with these hunts?
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah. So when I'm out fishing, a lot of the fishing trips we go on, we'll hike into the spot. So we'll walk into these remote areas, or we'll bring an ATV down through like a rugged trail, toting behind us what we call a tinny, which is just like a resort style one. It's a light little engine, so that way you can haul this thing in. But whenever you're doing that, you're on and off, and you're physically putting a lot of effort into doing it. And like I said, I really like that. And what I've seen in that, I'm much more comfortable doing that. I don't feel like I'm giving everything I got. At the end of the day, I still got something left. Where in the past, at the end of the day, I had a great time. I got through it, but I was gassed. And the next day was harder. It's kind of back to the Newfoundland hunt. That's the thing that's going to be 7 consecutive days of 100% effort. So having that strength to be able to hike up steep grades or carrying the heavy loads, like packing out the moose, that's a usually I think like with 2 people is like a 4 to 6 trip.
So,
Yeah. How much
So
does a
getting the
quarter weigh?
quarters
Do you
out,
know?
getting the meat out, getting-
Yeah. I think you.
Yeah, I think you get like, I might be a little off on this. It's because it's going to be bone in. I think the rear quarters will be like 225, 250 pounds. So you'll put that on your back, tight to your back, so it's good.
You've squatted that much?
Techniques. That weight's.
You got that easy.
Oh yeah,
I always joke, just do one squat.
Yeah.
I
Just do a one-legged 220-pound squat.
I can't.
I can't either. I don't think. Well, depends on how it's loaded. I might be able to.
Depends on how it's.
I when I got here, I remember seeing. We're going to go on a little tangent here. I remember watching some of your other members farther along on their journey than I was, doing pistol squats.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that was one of my first goals. Was, man, I'd really like to do a pistol squat. And I was explaining it to some of my friends on a camp out, and they're like, "Show me." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know if I've ever actually tried it yet. I mean, we do a lot of squats here at the gym," and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to do it." And I did. I pulled it off. I didn't look up, and I probably pulled a muscle a little bit, but I didn't let anybody know that part. But I did a pistol squat.
Yeah, for
Now
people that don't know, a pistol squat's just a single leg squat where you take one leg out in front of you, you squat down, and the other leg stand back up. Very hard because there's a lot of mobility involved in that too.
Very hard.
Right.
Like you've got to have the flexibility to do that.
At 53 mobility.
But you're overcoming these challenges. Yeah. So we got more energy. We're stronger. You got into the body type that you want.
Yes.
You have more flexibility.
Yes.
What else is there? I think that's the whole package, isn't it?
Oh,
That's the whole pack.
I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I came and I feel like you never know what your next thing is going to be, but I feel like I'm in a good sweet spot with my fitness, with my journey here. And like I said, it's not over, not by any means, but like, is maintenance your main focus, or is there for me, that really is where it is. I just I don't want to become a bodybuilder. I don't.
Extremely hard.
I have no desire in that, so that works out really good. Right? And I don't give near the effort that would be required for that. But hour at the gym, 3 to 5 days a week, really keeps me focused on my fitness. It really does. And then actually on like Saturday or Sunday, my youngest son and his fiance had me go to a spin class with them sometimes.
Oh, cool.
So a little bit of that cardio. I do it. I actually really enjoy that cardio work.
We do.
Yeah.
Really good exercise.
Because we'll do a little bit of cardio, but it's like hard and fast.
Yeah.
Not like a longer duration.
Not like
Through right. To back up just a little bit, a few months ago, I had a surgery, so I couldn't lift weights. I had a umbilical hernia, so they had to do it's a minor inpatient surgery. They didn't do the deal, and they sent me home. But I couldn't lift weights for was it a month? I think it was a month. Yeah. Well, because I didn't want to get out of the routine of coming to the gym, staying focused. So I had the surgery on Thursday. I intended to come in on Friday, which turned out to be absurd. But then on Monday, though, I came in on Monday and just walked on the treadmill. And then my next goal at that was just let's work on getting some incline on this treadmill. And interestingly, it doesn't change any of the philosophies of what we do here for me at all. But it was interesting and surprising. I actually lost weight that 4 weeks of just doing that because it was strictly cardio. Now, granted, you probably forgot more than I know about what was happening in my body, but I was surprised.
Did you have less of an appetite during that time? Then my best guess would be you lost probably a little bit of muscle, and with that, some water weight. This would be my guess.
I'm sure.
4 weeks, you probably lost 1 or 2 pounds of muscle.
It was good.
But it still felt it was good mentally to be like, oh yeah, I still felt good. Like, how would you maintain muscle without lifting weight?
So
Right. That's my point. So I didn't have a choice in the matter other than I wanted to stay fit. And that was the only way that the doctors were willing to say, yeah, you can do this. I said, well, can I do this? Can I roll? He's like, you can walk. I'm like, well, can I do this? He goes, you can walk.
Fine.
Okay.
so I did good.
You did.
So I did good though. You guys did a nice job. But I didn't even need a lot of encouragement. But you guys were there like, hey, you don't do that.
You back. Because we know you. We know you want to go full speed, 100 miles an hour on this. Because you're all in.
Right.
You're all in.
And one of the things about FitELITE is the cast of characters. So it's fun to get to know Corey and Wyatt and Faith and obviously the owners, but they don't do. I guess Dave coached.
That's on the rare occasion when we absolutely need somebody.
No, but it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun. I did class with one of them,
But nature.
and then you guys, by the nature of your business, you get young people in here, and it's fun to see them develop.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. I'm trying to remember the I'm embarrassed to say it because I know her name. What's the new gal now that teaches at 4:30 or 4 o'clock? I should
Yeah.
say it sometimes.
Great job.
Joe
Wow.
does a great job, and I don't know how she got into it.
Fits right.
Like,
You're-
just
Uh,
fits right in. Like your culture gets them on. Everybody's doing the same core things in their own personal way.
Everybody's like you said earlier, everybody's at a different level of their journey.
Yeah.
And so
Coaches.
we match it to what they're able to do at the time. And then they can grow from there.
Oh, they do, and you can see it. It's really fun. And when I first started, I was like, well, I really want Corey as my coach, or like what I considered a grown. I'm going to say a grown ass adult. But then after a while, I was like, I feel like I'm missing out. And then I got to know Wyatt a little bit more, and he's growing as a coach and as a person. He's still young.
Yep.
Just turned 20.
Seeing that happen is pretty
So,
fun. And how serious
Seeing that
it is.
happen is pretty fun, and how serious he takes like the business side
Yep.
of what he's doing is pretty cool. So, yeah, that's the community part is important. I think that community that you get in a gym where you come in and either you get personally coached or you do the classes, you're coming in and seeing that person on a very personal level, conversationally. Where when I used to go to like one of those come anytime type gyms, I was just running on the treadmill.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
But there was no community.
I mean, if you talk to
Everybody's got headphones in.
I mean, if you talk to somebody, right, somebody that had to pull that earbud out and talk to you, and you never talk to them again. That is not what happens here. I mean, you can have that. You can come in during open gym, right? And do that if that's your style. But I don't think that, again, back to the outliers part.
Yes.
That's the outliers, those that have that drive to just do it on their own, and they like doing it that way. I see a few people doing that here. I'm like, oh, good for them.
And they're not doing that every day.
no,
That's only when they have to.
no, they don't.
They absolutely have to. They're like, I got to get a workout in. All right, I'll come to open gym. And
And they're very like they've had,
And they're very confident. Like they've been doing it for a long time. So they're like, oh, they just look at the board. They're doing all the same things, just no.
Exactly. Yeah. I want to backpedal a little bit here. After your surgery, how fast do you feel like you bounce back from it?
How fast do you feel?
Yeah, it was hard to hold back because you felt fine. I felt fine, other than like trying to sit up. They kind of cut you open by your right. But yeah, it was hard to hold back. Yeah, I definitely. That's a great point. But because I've always worked a physical job, I think that when you are in that moving business, like I'm a plumber, used to work for Rainmaster Irrigation. Electricians are always carrying heavy bags and tools. I mean, they're not as tough or cool as plumbers, but they still have some of the same tones. I think that people that are in those physical trades or that work out regularly on a more formatted like we do here, I think you just heal faster.
I mean, it is. Movement helps you heal faster.
It helps.
You can look after study for that.
And mental toughness plays.
Oh, for sure.
You know, toughness plays into it. Like, you know what you're capable of.
Yes.
And if you sit at a desk and aren't moving, your confidence just drains out of you. You don't even know what's happening. Oh yeah, it was again. I just knew, like, oh man, this is week 1. I should go light, and I did. And then week 2, I was like, oh, it's kind of week 2, and I'm like, oh, maybe just tiptoe into it. But I never felt my body saying, hey, you're going to hurt yourself. It was more like mentally knowing, hey, it may not hurt, but you just need to pace yourself. And now we're like 8 weeks, not 8 or 9 weeks, somewhere in that window now. And yesterday we were to do 90% on a deadlift. And as you know, that's a lot of core going on there. I was probably in the 80 something percent for that 90%.
That's still really good.
Oh yeah. No, it was heavy. Faith said, how does that feel? I was like, it feels good. She goes, well, I noticed. I'm like, oh, do you think I should go lighter? And she goes, yeah, actually I do. I'm like, oh, okay. And I appreciate it. And she gave me very concrete observations that she told me, like, you're probably going a little heavy. I don't remember exactly what she saw. Right. She did tell me, but I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So we'll get back to it. Like, when we do heavy weights, I think heavy weight is up, and you might not like hearing this, but I think it's a sliding scale. Like for Corey, how old are you again?
32.
32 years old. Heavy weights, like you're 90% one left. That's different than a 53-year-old 90% one left. My one left means that tomorrow I can go to work and not be hurt.
I'm not upset by you saying that.
I just see, I mean, there are, and that's not to say that there's not a good representation of 50-year-olds here. There is.
Yeah, actually there is.
Right. But as somebody that's competitive, even though I don't like to acknowledge that I'm competitive, I see, Javier, one of our members, lifting absurd weights. And I'm like, oh, I should try. No, Javier's not 53. And he is in a very physical.
He's also built different than you.
And he's also built. And that, I'm throwing no shade, quite the opposite on him. But, you see those people doing those heavy weights, and I'm like, I talk myself on it. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing really good.
Yeah.
Well, you also just started like your weightlifting journey.
That's true.
In your 50s.
Right.
So you're going to be at a different place than I have. Right. And I've been lifting for 17 years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we're in completely different spots.
Yeah.
So it makes total sense that it is a sliding scale and that you aren't going to be doing the weights that I'm going to be doing. And that
I have to remind myself of that, though, because, like I said, I'm watching, like, oh, look at what that person's doing. So, yeah, I mean, I'll leave it at
that. Well, it's great to hear the inner workings of your thoughts and how you're looking at these things, too. Because I think a lot of people just see what we do and like, oh, that's all they do is they go really, really hard, or they lift super heavy weights to their own detriment or anything like that. So it's good to hear your thoughts and your personal experience through it, because that's probably going to help somebody.
Right. Yeah, and I talk to the person next to me, not constantly, but I'll be like, hey, what are you going to do on this next weight? And I was like, well, not. And they're like, oh, no, I know exactly why you're asking that, because you're not sure how much to go up. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly right. I'm just looking for you. What do you think? Well, I'm going to put on, and they'll talk to me about it. Okay. And then we'll have maybe a 10-second conversation about that one thing. And be like, oh, yeah, no, I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other.
What is that called when we hold the kettlebells and you hold two like this and you do
just front rack. Just rack.
And I don't know what I was thinking, because we had to do how many yesterday?
16.
And I grabbed the green colored kettlebells.
Those are 44 pounds a piece.
And I put them up like this, and I knew I could do it, but I didn't think about 16 as a number. And I did 6. And I was like, oh, I can, yeah, no, I'm putting these away. And then I
Yep.
won't say their name, but the guy next to me is like, yeah, I'm going to get rid of these 2. And I'll have to say that I was motivated to go with the green ones because I saw what he did. I'm like, oh, yeah, he can do it. I can do it. Probably better.
Which is a good thing overall.
Yeah, right. Yeah, push yourself a little bit.
But yeah. Because you're not going to get stronger if you're not going
Whatever
to push
color
yourself.
it was I picked after that was plenty because I was
Yep.
hurting at the end. I was like, oh my goodness, I know my life depended on if you had a gun to my head, I could probably have done it, but it probably wouldn't have been healthy.
It would have been painful. The next day you wouldn't walking a little. It'd be walking a little different. It would have pain in your butt, literally.
Right. Oh yeah.
Because you already do feel that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The buttocks. I was going to say that.
All right. Well, Jamie, I appreciate your time coming on with us.
Yeah. No.
Is there anything that you would want to say to somebody that is hesitant or where you were when you first started?
Yeah, it's very cliche. Don't be scared. Just do it. I know a lot of times, like the financial part, a gym like this does not charge the same as the walk-in gym, but there's a reason for it. It won't take you very long to see the value in it, and it'll just become part of your budgeting to make it work because you'll realize that it's kind of part of your healthcare program.
Oh, for sure.
So I would, come in. You guys offer like a 2-week thing or something like that. Come in and try it out. I know that in 2 weeks that if you were thinking about it, the probability of you joining would be very high. Mm-hmm. So yeah, don't be scared. Just do it. And definitely don't be uncomfortable. I mean, you probably will be, but understand that it won't be long and you won't be.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Well, thanks. We'll see you next time on the FitELITE Strong podcast.